In today's episode, I'm going to be taking you through a transition from extended side angle pose into the wonderful bird of paradise. Such a beautiful transition that requires a bit of balance as well as core stability and of course hamstring lengthening. So I hope some of these prep poses are going to be very useful for you in order for you to practice separately to hopefully come into this transition at some point along your journey. Let's come and meet on the mat, everyone.
To master this transition, we need to be able to do three things. One, first of all, to have open hips, which is why Humble Warrior is a great way for you to keep practicing this opening and external rotation of the hips to feel comfortable in your side angle pose. Second, we need to be able to do the bind in side angle. So this is a great prep pose to modify by bringing your left hand and sliding the hand through into the inner thigh. This should help prepare you to bind for side angle pose. One way to learn how to bind is to use a strap. So make sure that your armpit or the shoulder is as close to the shoulder as you can, and make sure you don't do a wedgie bind, so it's not underneath the glutes, but rather bring the hands as close as you can towards the shoulder blades. Use a strap for as long as you need, and then when you start to feel more comfortable, you can then place the hand down to the mat, come straight from your side angle pose. Make sure that the shoulder is as close to the knee as you can, and then grab hold of the fingertips, maybe the wrist or the forearms over time as you gain flexibility here. To demonstrate what's actually going on with the bind here, so you're grabbing hold of the fingers or maybe the wrist. Think about drawing your chest all the way up and sink deep into the hips. So this is how you would take your bound side angle pose. The third aspect that we need to feel quite comfortable in is hamstring flexibility. Practicing your half split, so any forward fold for that matter, is going to be really useful for you in coming into your bird of paradise pose. Make sure that you're really starting to feel the length in your hamstrings. Here, we're including a balance with a twist. You can start by keeping the knee bent, or if you'd like, you can extend the leg. So remember, it's your opposite hand grabbing hold of the foot. In this case, right hand to left foot and looking back to your left hand. Tree pose is a good way for us to work on our balance. It's a simple balance that we normally start with. If this is still too much, you can of course place your toes on the mat. Most important is to get that sensation of balancing here. To master balance and external rotation of the hips, this is a really wonderful pose that you can practice. Hand to big toe pose, use your opposite hand to counterbalance and try and keep an eye on that standing leg. Make it as straight and firm as possible. So of course, if we're going to transition from side angle to bird of paradise, we need to be able to do bird of paradise. So grab hold of your fingers behind your right leg and then start to root down into the left foot. Come up into the standing balance, and after a few breaths, you can begin to extend the top leg all the way. This is where hamstring flexibility is going to play a big role in bird of paradise. Here's the transition, everyone. From bound side angle pose, look forwards. One breath, step your back foot forwards, and then start to balance on your right leg as you lift the left leg all the way up. After a couple of breaths, you may begin to extend the leg and point it all the way upwards. Stay here for a few breaths, and then you're going to bend the knee, lower the left foot down very slowly, and then step back into side angle pose as you send the gaze up.
Hello everyone, Nuki and I hope that you found that little tutorial helpful for you. Remember, some of these postures are a little bit challenging, so take the time, enjoy the journey, and if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to drop them right down in the comment section below. And do subscribe to my YouTube channel for additional tips and weekly yoga classes delivered directly to your inbox. In the meantime, stay safe, keep happy. Namaste.